I don't know, I forgot to push the record button, so I don't know where I am on the video. But anyway, hopefully the whole video's there. Don't remember ever pushing it. Maybe I better do it completely over again. Alright, let's try this a second time, because I forgot to push the record button. A new UN report warns that the Earth is at a crossroads. The global drought climate crisis continues. Since 2000, the frequency and the duration of the droughts have risen by 29%. From 1970 to 2019, weather, climate, and water hazards account for 50% of the disasters and 45% of disaster-related deaths, mostly in developing countries. Droughts represent 15% of the natural disasters, but claimed the highest number of lives. Approximately 650,000 died during that same period. From 1998 to 2017, droughts caused global economic losses of around $124 billion. In 2022, more than 2.3 billion people face water stress, while 160 million children are exposed to severe and prolonged drought. The UN report, if urgent action isn't taken, an estimated 700 million people will be at risk of being displaced by drought by the end of the decade. By 2040, an estimated 1 in 4 children will live in an area with extreme water shortages. The biggest solution that the UN report talks about is land restoration. Land restoration is very important because of the natural big animals that live there, the deer, the antelope, whatever lives in your area. Unfortunately, people keep taking more and more land away from the animals for their own housing, and then they strip the land of any natural vegetation. And then they put up fences which stop big animals from going and eating the natural vegetation, which isn't there anymore, though they don't know that. They've been going to the same place for millennia, so they are used to going in these areas to get their food. But unfortunately, for many animals, a lot of fenced off ground means death to them because they can't eat the grass and the vegetation that is planted there now, and they starve to death, or they're shot or run over or something else because the people keep getting more and more land because of the overpopulation of the humans. Unfortunately for the animals, it means death in a slow way, sometimes death in a fast way in another. I've seen many big animals suffering on the side of the road when I've been bicycling and from being injured by a car strike. And they just sit there and bleed to death, or they can't walk because their bones are broken and they starve to death or thirst to death because of overpopulation by humans, too many roads and too many people. It's something that every one of us can do if we own property, is put back the vegetation and restore the land the way it was, even though there'll still be a big house in the middle of it and a driveway and all. But hopefully people will do something to restore their lands and try and phase off the drought problem that faces all humans and animals alike. Now, on another subject, my last video, we talked about taking mass transit and the bus and all that, and unfortunately a lot of people are afraid to take mass transit because of how dangerous they think it is or how slow it is. But believe me, if you're in a major city, you may not know this, but the mass transit has gotten very fast. It's not slow and old and feeble like it used to be. What I suggest, if you can't take alternative electric vehicles such as scooters, bicycles, motorcycles, is try and take public transit. Just try it a few times and see if it works for you. So most most transits have what they call a fast pass, where you buy it once a month and then you get to ride the buses and the subways and the metros as much as you want without having to pay each time. So it's very convenient. You just swipe a little card over the little sensor on the bus and you just go sit down and you enjoy the ride. You can even get on your laptop or your phone while you're getting to your destination. And you get to talk to your neighbors that you probably didn't even know existed. And you'll find that a lot of your neighbors are taking the bus as well. But go ahead and give it a try and see what you think. And that's another thing we can do for our environment. As far as the drought goes, use less water. Drink less. I definitely do appreciate your guys' comments on the last video. I read every one of them and appreciate them. I love all the ups, the downs, the new subscribers. And until next time.